Hey guys, it's Miss Beryl from Team Flawless, and I just wanted to make sure you guys are aware we do have MBL shirts. All the link will be in the description below, and they go to help to supporting the prize pool for the MBL. So if you like the design and you like the shirt or a hoodie, feel free to grab one. Thank you. Enjoy the video.
Hello everyone, I'm that guy Harvey, and welcome back to the weekly recap for week 5 of the Multi-Battle League. As always, I'm joined by my good partner in crime, Juan Marvel.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all you MBL fans. Hope you're having a great day today.
Oh, that was quick. Short and snappy. We're always into this. We hope you guys are enjoying it. We hope you guys have enjoyed all our content from the 2 weeks off. Apologies that we were a little bit late on some of it. Things do happen. We can't really help that too much. But let's just get straight into it. And we have a lot of talking points this week. Let's try to keep this short. Shall we? Let's try to keep it short. Let's start off with the first match. Team Subs versus Team Mythical. And the first thing you'll see on your screen is Team Mythical won! Team Mythical won a match!
Proud of them.
Hooray! We can all be proud of that. Team Subs bringing Clefable, Crobat, Seismitoad, Hitmontop, Shiftry, and Mew. While Team Mythical bringing Nidoking, Mega Medicham, Gourgeist, Garchomp, Mega Glalie, and Guzzlord. The 4 Gs of Team Mythical.
All lined up right there, pretty and
I know.
pretty.
They're great, except for the Mega there. I just kind of ruined it a little bit. Let's not talk about this. Let's go straight into talking about this match. And a good 1-for-1 trade, turn 1, on the part of Team Subs, trading off Crobat for Medicham. Identifying a Medicham early as a big threat for their team.
Yeah. And Subs were 100% okay with sacking off Crobat for Megacham for the fact that Crobat was only there to deal with the Megacham, and the fact that it did its job turn 1 was no problem to them. So they were 100% okay with that trade. I'm not surprised about that. I was a little bit surprised that the fake out into Crobat was available. Did the Follow Me actually go off first? I didn't actually remember. Follow Me, there was no Follow Me, I believe, that first turn.
There was no Follow Me turn 1? I thought there was a Follow Me turn 1. I mean, that could have been done to probably prevent the Medicham being knocked out, but it still turned out quite well for them. And Mythical played extremely well this week. Subs giving away Ice Punch very, very early allowed Mythical to really play around it. At turn 7, they nearly blew their Z move on Mew. They were very, very close to clicking Never-Ending Nightmare onto Mew. And
which was honestly a great thing that they didn't do it, for the fact that they knocked out an immediate threat.
I was so happy they didn't do it. They allowed Guzzlord to sit there, just take hits from Seismitoad, and then Gourgeist could set up the Trick or Treat, and then the Never-Ending Nightmare, just completely demolishing that Seismitoad. For once, Phantom Force was a good bring, and I actually agree with the bringing Phantom Force. So, alright, you've proved me wrong this time. Congratulations. You've done a good thing this week.
I definitely agree with that play, especially the fact that they were both holding on to their Z moves until they can secure that they were going to win. Because right after Never-Ending Nightmare, they revealed also the Acid Downpour onto the Clefable, which again was another way to secure the kill onto said Mon. And it was a beautiful thing to see that they were planning out their plays.
Yeah, I think by that point it was already over for Team Subs. There was no real way that they could get back into the match, with Mega Glalie still in the back. And all in all, a very solid performance from Team Mythical. We know they've had it in them to produce solid performances.
Yeah, and do not count out Team Subs either. They did bring a very good set this week with the Weakness Policy Mew. The only thing that I wish that they did do was abuse it a little bit more. I did put a highlight that their priority and what Mon should be dead in terms of Guzzlord v Gourgeist. They definitely should have focused the Guzzlord a little bit more, even though the Gourgeist had that potential of just going with Stab, Ghost move. Guzzlord at the time, physical, you are low health, and you know you can outspeed it. So that was the only thing I have to big comment on Team Subs.
I would say that Team Subs lacked a huge offensive presence in this match. After Crobat went down, which was their offensive presence for Mythical's other offensive presence, they didn't really have that much. I mean, Seismitoad had something, but it wasn't doing. You saw how much it was doing to Guzzlord.
Yeah,
it was not doing that much.
That was an ice punch to a Mon that has very poor defenses, but great HP. It should have been doing at least 30% when we only saw 20%.
Yeah, I imagine it was a bulky Hitmontop, a bulky Clefable. Mew probably ran not as effectively.
It was a very more supportive team to their two main hitters, which would have been Mew and Crobat. But with them both going down near in the beginning, almost ASAP, it just opened the team up to Mythical to abuse of.
I think Mythical very heavily prepared for Mega Lucario, and they were so relieved that it didn't show up. Like, that was the big thing. They saw Mega Lucario just not there at all, and they were much more confident.
I mean, it worked out for them in the long run. They got the win, and we need to see this more in the next coming weeks.
Yes, we hope that this springboards Team Mythical, and hopefully they can produce other fantastic results like this, because this was a brilliant result for them, one that was really needed as well. Let's hope that either team could just pick it up next week as we move on to our second game.
Yes.
And don't worry, there's no hacks yet. We're getting to them. We're building up. This is Team Juice versus Team Dreamball. Team Juice bringing Crocodile, Taunty, Kieran B, Aromatisse, Aegislash, and Volcanion. Whilst Team Dreamball brought Tapu Fini, Zapdos, Scrafty, Mega Ordino, Heatran, and Zygarde 50%. Right out the bat, Wolfie was adamant about that turn 1 play. 100% adamant.
I can definitely see that.
Every single time that Marcus said to try and do something else, Wolfie was like, nope, he's not protecting, he has the Fairy Berry on Crocodile, I'm clicking Soak, you're clicking Thunderbolt. And that is happening. He was 100% adamant. Did he have the Fairy Berry? I have to ask.
I am pretty sure that he did. Give me one moment.
Alright, go check your notes.
Say again, sorry?
So it was a very good turn 2 for Team Juice, sky dropping the Tapu Fini.
Yes,
on the
very,
trail
very
from Zapdos to make sure they can hit it on the way back down.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to make sure that it can't stick around, essentially.
Also, by the way, the assumption was wrong after reviewing my notes. It was Crocodile was ground EMZ.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That would have been fun to see, actually.
That would have been great to see Tectonic Rage go off, but after it taking like 95% off the first turn, it was just there for fodder later on in the game. I did enjoy also seeing, which also caught them off guard as well, the Guardian of Alola.
Yes, unfortunate that they had to protect on the Guardian of Alola.
Fortunate on my side.
I was quite happy to see that come off as well. I like seeing the unorthodox kind of Z-moves. And this was really just to get huge damage off onto what I believe... what one was it? What one did they target down? Was it Tornadus with Guardian of Alola or Kyurem?
It was the Kyurem. The
Kyurem
took 20... I remember that saying.
It then took naught because it protected. That was a very unfortunate use. But once their main lead of Tapu Fini was out of the way, Mega Ordino came in and it just wreaked havoc. Trick Room immediately putting pressure on their team, Team Juice. It was used brilliantly to disrupt. Encore onto Aegislash rendered it useless in the end game, and they played around it so well.
Yeah, I definitely do agree with the fact that with the Encore play, just shutting down that the Aegislash. Yes, the Aegislash. And it just let Zygarde be free and run rampant on the end game of the team, because if Aegislash was able to get off any moves like a Shadow Ball or Hidden Power, it would have been so beneficial for Juice, but unfortunately it was locked down with
it was just completely shut down. Once it was down to one side of the field, Zygarde could just clean up. And
easily,
Zygarde,
and
again,
nothing lives.
Being used
Nothing lives single focus 1,000 arrows.
Not much. But one suggestion, Team Dreamball. I know I'm putting it out there in public. I know you probably won't run it, but run Camouflage once or twice. You might be surprised how well that set does. Believe me.
You can.
Camouflage Zygarde is a great
do
set.
this?
I recommend
this,
this. This is an analyst recommendation. Please, I want to see it done. All in all, a 2-0 win for Team Dreamball this week. Another very confident performance from Team Dreamball, and that's four in a row for them now. They are on a very, very good streak, going into a stellar match next week against Team Cyberbass, which will be extremely good watch.
Very much so. I have nothing else to say on this fact. One of the things that I will have to admit also, it was very lucky that the Aromatisse died the way it did, for the fact that there was a misclick that if it would have gone through, Zapdos would have been at much higher HP than it ended up at.
Go on.
They heal pulse the Zapdos slot.
Oh.
On the Aromatisse. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That
would have been...
would have been something.
Yeah.
That would have been the proverbial nail in the coffin.
But it did. But luckily, nothing happened. Everything turned out the way it did. So, woo!
Well, until Ordino came
They dodged a bullet there. That's what I'm going to say.
Yes.
They definitely dodged a bullet there.
We'll get on to that, because speaking of misclick, there might be one in the next game. We'll come on to that now. Team Drinking Birds versus Team Flawless. And this is where we begin our big talking points this week. Team Drinking Birds bringing Linoon, Blastoise, Darmanitan, Landorus, Pheromosa, and Ninetales. Team Flawless, Infinite, Salamat, Mammothwine, Tentacruel, Hooper Unbound, and Togekiss. And alright, let's run through the list. This is the list of all the things that Team Flawless missed throughout this game. Turn 2. They missed Heat Wave on both the Linoon and the Blastoise. Turn 3, they missed Heat Wave on the Blastoise. Turn 4, Rock Slide misses Linoon. Turn 7, Icy Wind misses Blastoise. And turn 12, Rock Slide misses Darmanitan, allowing it to live in Earthquake. And everything that Team Drinking Birds hit. 2 Hypnosis! Oh, Jesus. Why? It just had to. I think it's just a week. I think it's the week off. It's just like, yeah, you've taken a week off. Now we're going to bring all of those hacks from that week off, and we're going to put it down in you in 1 week. Yeah,
basically. Basically so. And it
changed the entire game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even going to argue that point whatsoever.
Team Flawless played brilliantly this week. They played absolutely phenomenal. They made all the best plays they possibly could, given each scenario and every single miss, and it just didn't turn out for them, which is a real shame.
It was a real shame, because they had, like you said, they had great momentum in the mid game, but unfortunately, just the missing and the unfortunate. What else? Just everything just went wrong for them.
I think that momentum you talk about did really kind of start with the Linoon. Why did they click Last Resort when they hadn't used their belly drum?
They completely forgot that they didn't use belly drum.
Oh dear God! See, now I thought it was
they thought they did click belly drum, but unfort is unfort. That is what I have to say to that.
I do have to say, good prediction on Drinking Birds burning the Fire EMZ straight off the bat.
Yes.
Very good off them not to immediately go for Follow Me. And just to protect and just burn the Z move off completely. Very good from them. The ICMZ for Togekiss was something I like to see. You never want to see Togekiss run riot.
Mm-hmm.
I would know from experience, Togekiss is a devil. I don't agree.
And this is also another week that Pheromosa just was able to do as much damage as possible. Not like the week before where it cleaned up a lot of the game, but you saw the defensive pressure, the offensive pressure that Pheromosa was able to put onto the Team Flawless side, which is great.
Pheromosa was just able to run riot again on this team. I think it knocked out Mammothwine. I'm fairly certain. I'll have to have a quick fact check on that. Don't quote me on this. I have it all in front of me right here. Give me one memento. Pheromosa, yep, it knocked out Salamat first with Ice Beam.
Yes.
Then Togekiss with the Sub-Zero Slammer, Hooper with the Bug Buzz, and it was just able to pull up that huge offensive pressure. And then Tentacruel came in.
Tentacruel was an amazing mod to see.
The Tentacruel. I'm so happy, one, that it came, and two, that it picked up 3 kills in its opening week.
Yes.
Like that, if the Tentacruel dragged a potential 4-0 loss down to a 1-0. Just because of how bulky it was. It just sat there. And
how bulky it was, and the manual rain. I will have to 100% give to Team Flawless for bringing manual rain to this match.
It was literally built to hard counter the Sun of Ninetales, which it did perfectly. You saw how little, if you watched the match, you saw how little that overheat was doing to from Ninetales to Tentacruel.
And that was power swapped.
Yeah, that was power swaps. It was +3 special attack on the first one. Then it swapped out and swapped back in, which I thought was extremely bizarre from them. Any note on why they did that?
They were trying to at least get their sun back up. That was their main goal, to get their sun back up so they can have a more powerful, quote unquote, more powerful overheat to do. But I think it just slipped on their minds that they had that power swap boost, which then just brought the power level down to not over 9,000. But
if not, I think it must have been about level. I would say that the power from a +1 in the rain might have been about equal to just the regular in the sun.
It wasn't +1, it was +3. Remember, from once I got off.
It was after I know after the first one did quite a good chunk of damage, but the second one they could have had from just a +1.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was a bit of a weirder play.
I just think that in terms of the long run, that Tentacruel, like you said, saved Flawless their differential.
It really did. That might be crucial.
It caused more pressure than anticipated to Team Drinking Birds, because they didn't have a reliable move besides the Lander's Therian to knock it out. Even then, it was close.
It was very, very close. I believe the Tentacruel potentially could have, potentially would have. I'm saying potentially, but it would have knocked it out from that range. It was on so little health, and if they didn't have the Z move, it was game over. Because Tentacruel was EV to live an Earthquake at full health.
And again, we can't argue with the level of play from both sides. So great to see.
Very good prep from Drinking Birds to bring Ground MZ Lando for anything they thought was a threat. Tentacruel in this case, which turned out to be the deciding factor. Drinking Birds running out with a 1-0 victory over Team Flawless. A very unfortunate Team Flawless. Speaking of unfortunate, let's move on to Game 4. Team Blue Hunnets versus Team Cyberbass. Blue Hunnets bringing Electivire, Oranguru, Hippowdon, Rotom Heat, Mega Steelix, and Tapu Lele, while Team Cyberbass brought Jirachi, Mega Aerodactyl, Azumarill, Regigigas, Volcarona, and Breloom. Right off the bat, I don't have many team building notes for Cyberbass because half of it was spent prepping for Sharpedo, which never showed up. I'm not even kidding. Half of it was spent prepping for Mega Sharpedo because they said that in Psychic Terrain, Mega Sharpedo would run riot on their team. It would have...
In Psychic Terrain? In
the Psychic Terrain, it would have just run through their team because their team is very priority focused, what with Azumarill and Breloom on their side. So with Mega Sharpedo not being able to be hit by any Aqua Jet, Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, all that lot, it could have just been able to sit there and run through the team. That was their thought process. And then Blue Hunters didn't bring it.
Nope.
And that really threw them off.
I can imagine, because it still came down to a 3-0 to Cyberbass, and they had a lot of momentum in the early transition to mid-game Blue Huntets.
They really did. Let's just run through some of these, shall we? We have another list. Everything that happened to Team Cyberbass. Zen Headbutt missed turn 1. Zen Headbutt missed turn 4. Full Power turn 5.
Yeah.
Stone Edge missed turn 6.
Yep.
Turn 7, sorry. And a full power and a crit turn 8. Oh, there was so much. And there was a double protect.
There was a double protect.
There were 4 double protects this week. We will get onto those.
Yeah, because one of them actually mattered. But anyway, Again, I love the momentum that Blue Huntets had in the, like I said, that transition of early to mid game. However, after the double KO with Regigigas and Jirachi with the discharge, the flinch from either Rockside or Waterfall just threw that momentum off of Team Blue Huntets side and straight into Cyberbass's.
Absolutely did it. And they even said, like, if we can get this flinch, then this match we could probably round out at this point. They were on the back foot a lot in this game, especially with shoutouts to Team Blue Hunters for this play. The trick specs onto Regigigas. That was amazing. I love that because they prepped Regigigas specifically for this team. For any Trick Room and spread users like Steelix and Hippowdon with Wide Guard. They were able to shut that down completely with choice specs.
I know things happened this week for one of the members of Blue Hunnets, but I just honestly do wish that there was a team builder for this game so I could break down and see what was their thought process. But we're not. We will respect what happened, and we're going to just analyze what we saw this week, which is honestly amazing from them. And unfortunate that one moment in the game just caused the spiral downward for Team Blue Hunnets and into the favor of Team Cyberbass.
Yeah, Cyberbass were really able to take control of the game after that point, and they were able to round it out with Azumarill doing its thing once again, beating Hippowdon, beat Steelix, beat Tapu Lele, and Breloom picking up a KO as well on Oranguru. Nice to see Breloom getting a KO with Bullet Seed.
Yep.
It's nice to see Bullet Seed. I don't know.
Bullet Seed is not a bad move.
I know
it breaks stashes.
It's fun. It's a fun
It breaks
move.
stashes. It breaks subs. What else? What more can you ask for on a multi-hit move that stab and can get technician boost?
I know. I find all of that great. I don't know. I just think Bullet Seed is such a weird move, and yet somehow it's so good. I don't get it. But we're getting off point here. There's not really much more to say in this matchup. It was a very good game overall to watch. Unfortunate about all the hacks in this match as well, but it still didn't matter about the end result. Team Cyberbass 3-0 winners over Team Blue Hunnets as we move on to game number 5. And this is a big one. Team Wee Disney, who were top going into this match, versus Team Not Scold, 4th place going into this match. Team Wee Disney with Silvally Ghost, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Koko, Gyarados Magmortar, and Landorus Incarnate. Team Not Scold with Alola Raichu, Mega Garchomp, Celesteela, Arcanine, Cradily, and for the first time this season, Comfey.
Again, just one comment that we wish for Game Freak to do: make your Silvally forms a little bit clearer, because I had to go to the team builder in order to see what type of Silvally they brought again. Just Psychic and Fairy and Ghost are just way too close in coloration. But besides the aesthetics, very well played on both sides. Team Wee Disney were definitely caught off guard with the type of Arcanine set that they brought Not Skull brought this week, because they were expecting it to be a more bulky variant, if not bulky, because of the way it lived the hit, but it was still able to outspeed their Gyarados, which then they assumed then it was a max speed Assault Vest variant. If that was their prediction.
You're close. It's 152 speed, which was enabled to outspeed Gyarados. I believe it was meant to outspeed Gyarados. If not outspeed, then I can't quite remember what it was meant to outspeed on their team. But it lives a waterfall from Gyarados this set. It was 104 special defense, Assault Vest, and max attack adamant.
Dang. That is specific investments that we love to see when doubles format happens.
This is Joey and Envy. They do specific building all the time. This is what they do. And they brought some very good sets this week.
I agree with that, but this is the type of stuff we do see all the time in VGC. These specific sets that looks weird, but works amazingly and throws off the opponent every single time. Again, clean play from the very beginning of the game. I would say up to I would the moment. I would say up to that moment, because both sides were playing well. Team Wee Disney was having a great advantage throughout the first half of the game, and then
I would say before that moment, Team Not Schooled were playing very well. They were playing brilliantly around the electric terrain, which is what enabled the -2 Arcanine to kill the Gyarados. Thank you, electric terrain. They even mentioned that in their video. Thanks for setting up electric terrain. Electric Seed Celesteela was a fantastic bring on their part. And utilizing Alola Raichu. I love seeing Alola Raichu.
Yeah, with a prep like that, I would imagine that they would use Alola Raichu a lot in the electric terrain. So, which we did see towards the end game.
Yep, but again, that moment, the double protect, change everything.
And we're not exaggerating.
No,
don't take this as an exaggeration.
This isn't exaggeration. Everything changed. The momentum was with Team Wee Disney. They had a guaranteed win con. They could have won the game, I believe, 4-0, maybe 3-0 if they were a little bit unlucky. But no, this changed absolutely everything on turn 8. They allowed a free swap into Raichu in electric terrain next to Mega Garchomp, which is exactly what they wanted to do. That's what they were planning from the very beginning. And after that point, it went completely downhill.
Mm-hmm. They weren't. Team Weakness wasn't able to get off their ferrying Z. They weren't able to put the kill Garchomp when they were supposed to do it. They weren't able to just run rampant with their +1 Tapu Bulu. Like I said, that double protect caused them to do a split focus instead of a focus on one side, and it just spiraled out of control from there.
A quick note on that special Bulu really caught out Team Not Scored. They were preparing for a fully attacking Tapu Bulu with the heavy investment into defense. Their curse on it. It was able, after a curse, it was able to live, I think, 2 or 3 wood hammers, which was very good prep on their side. Special Bulu though caught a lot of people on surprise. But back into the main point.
That was their intention.
As soon as the double protects went off, Team Not Scored had all the favor in their side. They were able to get off the Z poison jab, I believe, into Bulu, knocking it out.
Yes.
And they were able to, again, completely go rampant. The Psychium Z into Tapu Koko, able to knock it out, and wrapping up the game with Celesteela by heavy slamming their Landorus. The Landorus unable to kill it, and they had to rely on a crit on the final turn if they wanted to win.
Yes, that was the most heartbreaking part of all of that. In order for them to win, they had to rely on a percentage, which unfortunately they did not get.
Unfortunately, Team Not Scored prayed first. They prayed for that double protect. Sorry guys, we were just too slow on that. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see Comfey too much either. Comfey came in.
No, we did.
Comfey went down.
Yeah. It got off a draining kiss, at least.
Yeah, it did that, and then died. Immediately died. As you can see, it's the only one that didn't get a kill. Raji being a bit greedy, taking the other one. But what more can we really say about this match? Team Wii Disney played exceptionally up until the point where the double protect happened, and they just lost their focus. They lost all their focus. They got tilted very, very heavily, and they just couldn't recover. Team Not Scored being able to capitalize and running out with the 1-0 victory, which means they beat not only 3 of the 4 teams that top cut last season, but the team that were top going into this week. So
I would just say they weren't tilted, but they were scrambling to recover. They were still in control. It's just that it was an extra layer of just trying to get it back into the game. That's what I observed. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Duncan said he was tilted. They were tilted.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to put it positive, yeah.
Oh, it was all over the place at the end there. Again, Not Scored able to capitalize. A 1-0 win for them. They move on to 4-1. Team Wii Disney down to 4-1. And we move on to our 6th game of the week. Team Leaky versus Team Jamie. Team Leaky bringing Rotom Frost, Abomasnow, Mega Gyarados, Sylveon, Rhyperior, and Necrozma. Team Jamie with Victini, Mega Blastoise, Porygon Z, Tyranitar, Excadrill, and Yanmega. And that end game.
Beautiful.
God, that end game.
Actually, no, not beautiful. What am I saying?
Yeah, that's not beautiful. It's beautiful if you're a damn devil. that was horrific. Oh my!
Team Jamie, please tell me your little sacrifice table on. Just send me your notes on that. It's just so I can get that type of luck in your game in our games.
Their sacrifice table was a scope lens on Excadrill, so they had a 50% chance to crit the drill run.
Oh my lord!
Yep, that was it. It was scope lens.
Which it worked.
Yeah,
it worked to a T.
All right. Setting the scene in the end game, Necrozma and Rhyperior with Abomasnow in the back versus, I believe it was Tyranitar, Excadrill, Yanmega, and Mega Blastoise still remaining. And Team Jamie identified immediately that if Trick Room went up, it would be game over. If the Trick Room went up, that was it. They would lose the match. So they had to rely on not only knocking out the Rhyperior, but flinching Necrozma twice and then critting it with Drill Run.
Yes.
Which that
was literally the only way they could have got.
Oh hey, there was a double protect in there as well.
There was a double to protect. Double
protect from Rhyperior.
But it didn't help out at all, to be frank with you.
No, it really didn't. It was just delaying the inevitable.
It just delayed the inevitable. And again, I did like to see Team Leaky again just putting the pressure in that beginning. Unfortunately, they did get caught off in terms of Team Jamie double protecting, not double protecting, just getting off protect with Victini when they were going to double in on it. Just little things like that. But personally, I saw well play from Leaky this week.
Yes, they did play very well.
Yes.
They played very well very early on.
How can you fight the hacks?
That's just nothing you can do. Once they set in, it's over.
Yeah, there's literally nothing.
A little bit of misorganization from Team Jamie turn 1. I think they had 3 different ideas about what they were doing. It was either going to be Bolt Strike into the Rotom slot, expecting Gyarados, V-Create into the Abomasnow slot, expecting Sylveon, or what they eventually did, neither, and completely mess up their turn.
I mean, it's like they're a trio or something. I don't know.
Oh hey. Anime reference.
Yeah.
Often fighting amongst themselves, which they did.
Again, but they Team Jamie capitalized on what was given to them, and they clutched out in the end with a 4-0 victory over Team Leaky. Again, as much as Team Leaky did their best, how can you fight what was given to you, the hand that was dealt to you?
You really can't. And the prep was just too good from Team Jamie this week. They knew that Excadrill would be their win con. They kept it in the bat. Sacking off Porygon Z early was a good decision on their part to recover from. This is the second time they've had to do that, sacking off a potential win con. And this week it did work out successfully, being able to bring Victini back in without the speed drop, without the defense, without any of the drops it had, and being able to knock out Sylveon, I believe. I would have to back check this. Was it Sylveon? It was Sylveon, yeah. Knocking out Sylveon with V-Create.
Yeah.
And shout outs to Rotom Frost very quickly for getting a KO this week. I love Rotom Frost. I don't care if I'm biased. It got a kill. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I just wish it, again, did a little bit more by being the cheeky thing that it was and would have gotten off a trick with his choice specs, like getting a kill and then switching out and then crippling him on with trick. That would have been amazing to see from the
They also had a trick Rotom this week. More Rotom shenanigans. I want to see more Rotom shenanigans. Jamie, bring Rotom. Make more Rotom shenanigans.
No, we have too much Rotom.
No, we need more. We need more. We definitely need more. We never have enough. There's not really much. We've gone through all the talking points for this match.
Yeah.
Really? Is there anything else you want to say about it?
I have absolutely nothing else to say except whatever Team Jamie is praying to, you should start praying to Leaky. That's all.
Whatever anyone's praying to, you should start praying to them.
But I think we can go to the standings now.
I think we should have some kind of level playing field in terms of praying. We can move on to the standings. We look at the bottom of the table, and there isn't really much changes this week in the overall table. There's only 2 changes. The first one you can see here. Team subs are now bottom of the table. Mythical have climbed up to 11th after their victory. Blue Honix, Juice, Leaky, and Flawless all stay exactly where they are, as if nothing happened. As if nothing happened at all. Do not watch their matches. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened whatsoever. No. This was a very tame week, don't you think?
And again, look at the top of the table. Yeah, that was a bit plain. Nothing happened. Nothing much happened here. Ignore the table. It says Team Dribble top and Team We Disney in second place, but no, nothing happened. Nothing happened. This is a very mundane week. Just ignore what we've said. As we move on to the MVP table to see we have a new leader. Zygarde 50% has overtaken Porygon with 11 kills and only its 1 death, despite its 4 times weakness to ice. Despite it, it's just sat there. It's done nothing but rack up kills. 11 kills and only 1 death to its name. Porygon Z slips to second with 10 and 3. And Pheromosa climbs up into 3rd place this week with 8 kills. As we have a look at the rest of the table, Landorus Incarnate and Gyarados are 4th and 5th for Team We Disney with 7 kills apiece. Rotom Heat also climbs up to 6th place. Azumarill climbs up to 7th, where we see Tapu Fini, Buzzwole, and Magearna all drop down to 8th, 9th, and 10th respectively on 6 KOs each, in danger of dropping out despite how broken apparently they are. No, that we've proven that they're not, because they can be countered and they can be beaten.
Yes, but they're still not allowed next season. Some of them. Some mons are still not allowed. I would personally feel in that case. But we shall see.
I would imagine that Magearna probably won't be still, but who knows? We've seen some of its performances where it's just gone down like a sack of potatoes. Don't say what I was going to say. Don't do that. And I like seeing these tables shift. It shifted so much already, and with a lot still outside the top 10, there's still a lot of changes that can happen. Lando T's outside only just. Tapu Koko, Volcarona, Kieran Black, Tornadus T, and Arcanine, and Volcanion are all out there on 5, in Lando's case 6 kills. They're all just outside that, and they could all break into that top 10 at any moment.
Yeah. I honestly am happy to see Blue Hunt on the table with that Rotom Heat there. Yeah, I'm very happy to see.
They bring the heat every week, and Rotom's definitely bringing it up there with 7 KOs and only 3 deaths. Rotom's been a big player this year, and we hope to see more from it. And we believe that will round out the weekly recap for this week. Thank you very much for joining us this week. We hope you've enjoyed the video, and we hope you guys could join us for week 6. I've been that guy, Harvey.
Yep. And I've been the Juancito Marbell.
And we will see you next week for the weekly recap for week 6. Goodbye.
Bye.